Welcome to the Deucecast Extra live on a Tuesday night to talk about the 5th episode of The Bad Batch, The Return. It's going to be a good night, talking some Star Wars. It's always a good night. But first, we have to go around the horn. Garrison, how did you extra this week, my friend?
Well, I didn't do a ton of extraing this week, but I did get in a movie last night, which was directed by Emma. I don't remember how her last name is spelled. I'm not going to look it up right now, but it stars Rachel Sennett and
I know
and
who you're talking about.
I'm not going to say her last name.
Ayo Adabiri.
I watched Bottoms, and let me tell you, Marshawn Lynch is a national treasure.
He is great in that movie.
He's awesome in that.
He is so good.
Everything
in that
that comes out of his mouth is gold, and I don't think I started laughing until he appeared on screen, and then when he started saying things, I just started laughing really hard.
That speech he does is just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
they even admit it.
Yeah, he's been in a couple other movies also, but I mean, he always brings it. Yeah,
he's in that Murderville TV thing that Will Arnett did, and he was in that
Westworld
too.
Yeah. He was in exactly.
Just briefly, that was.
That's good. That's good. That's a good extra. I like it. Marshawn Lynch is good. I like him a lot. Dr. Earl, how did you extra this week?
Oh, how did I extra this week? It's been
a
pretty busy. I was out of town. I was at a conference.
Did you extra any on the plane? Yeah, he goes to luck.
Well, I will say this: my Apple Plus is down on my. So for some reason, my Roku and my Apple Plus are not talking.
They don't want to talk to each other.
I'm able to watch. I was able to watch a episode of Masters of the Air on my phone while I was on flight.
Yeah,
and I'm halfway through a Shogun episode.
Oh yeah, Shogun,
it is so good. I'm like, dude. Now you can't walk away from it or do something else.
No. It's all subtitled.
You have to read it.
Yeah.
So I feel David's pain. He always gets upset when I give him an international movie because he's working.
It's not like the one from the '80s where there was very little subtitles.
No,
Earl, I'm so surprised because I cannot watch anything airplane related when I'm flying, or
Masters of the Air.
A few days before I'm going to fly, I'm not watching Boeing doors flying off of airplanes. I just my heart can't take it. I just can't.
Well, thankfully this was an episode that was all grounded and just
okay.
So that was okay. You're right. There's some pretty intense airplane stuff going on in this movie.
Earl, don't scold me, but I had to get rid of Masters of the Air. I had to cut it. I it's right out.
Let's not talk about. Let's not.
Okay, we won't. I don't want to traumatize you. We won't talk about it.
Let's not hurt me.
Brian, how did you extra this week?
Well, thanks. A little bit of a background story. In the old days, Brian used to be a big movie buff. Like, I had the Leonard Maltin books. My sister and I would participate in trivia contests with our grandmother and my dad. And so I knew everything about all movies from 1940s to 1980. 1990 or so. Then I dropped off the movie planet. So I extraed by watching the Oscars, and I watched two of the nominees, and Holdovers and Barbie, and I movie extraed hard for the Deucecast. So
good.
Did you like those movies? Did you enjoy them?
I did. I really enjoyed the Holdovers. You saw my review.
Holdovers is
so good. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So good.
Yeah.
So good.
That is really good.
Yeah, that's right in our genre there, Brian. That's brings up those nostalgia kicks.
Absolutely. Yeah. The movies like that hit harder, I think. Movies hit you where you are, and for people of our age, hits us a little differently than someone who's 20.
Yeah. That's fair. I'm gonna kind of copy your extra, Brian, because I also had kind of a slow media week, but I did watch Ryan Gosling's performance of I'm Just Ken probably 20 times on YouTube. I freaking loved that performance. This Oscars in general felt old school to me as far as all the bits kind of working well. There was maybe one or two that didn't work well, but I loved Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito coming out and interacting with Michael Keaton, doing that Batman thing. Oh God, I mean, it was brilliant. And Cena's thing was great.
Really funny. Like he's had
there was good stuff.
You know.
Yeah. There was some really good stuff.
DeVito that old on stage, quite honestly.
Yeah,
his little mustache was kind of weird.
They're getting up there, both of them. Both of them were slowly walking from point A to point B. I mean, it's like, man, I don't want to see my heroes get old, but I mean, it's just kind of that way. I mean, it is the way it has to be, unfortunately.
It's the way things are.
Yep, it is the way things are. So let's dive in. The reason we are here is episode 5 of the Bad Batch, The Rescue.
The Return.
The Return, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right, The Return. Too many R titles. Garrison, just general thoughts of the episode. I mean, we can just dive into talking about any aspect of it you want.
You know, it kind of felt like a return to season 1 Monster of the Week episode.
A little bit, yeah.
Style of Bad Batch. I didn't think it was bad. Although I did get tired of that in season 1 when it was like it felt like almost every week at a certain point was just Monster of the Week. I'm fine with working that in here or there. I liked kind of the tension that came between names that I'm going to forget right now, Hunter and
Echo. No, Hunter and Crosshair.
Crosshair, yes. I always want to forget his name.
That's okay.
Yeah, I really liked the interaction there, and I'm looking forward to see how this rest of the season goes.
Yeah, I personally liked the snow worm. Very prescient. It coming out around the time that Dune 2 comes out.
Very timely. Very timely.
So yeah, it's interesting timing, but it works. You know what? I wasn't mad at it at all. I thought it was fun. Look, Star Wars and monsters have always been a thing. Since the Wampa, I mean, like they've always been around. Monsters and Star Wars is a thing, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of fun. What about you, Earl? Any thoughts on the episode?
I'm a little bit like Garrison. It was a Monster of the Week episode, but I feel like this season they're doing them so well, and they had a lot of cutting back and forth between the two aspects, or maybe 3 aspects of the team. This group was working on trying to turn the machine or the sensors back on. Yeah. Over here, they were, I forgot why they were out in the snow, to be honest, but trying to lead the animal away from the base, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, well, yeah, they're just trying to keep the animal away from their ship, their base themselves. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I mean, I don't remember why they were out there running around, but yeah, I thought it was well done. And I like the tension between Hunter and Crosshair. I'm a little bit like Garrison. I'm just like, who's doing what? I don't understand.
I mean, the thing that I think they're doing well this season already is really leaning into the Crosshair of it all. Like he almost feels like the star of this season.
He does. Yeah.
Because there's just a lot of, for lack of a better term, he's got to be going through some PTSD or something, because he's got the shakes. I mean, I know this is just a kid's cartoon or whatever, but I mean, I think they really are
degenerating. He's degenerating as a.
Well, no, I don't think that necessarily, because there's not been proof that clones degenerate. So I really think it's more of like a PTSD thing, where he's going through all the emotions of choosing to join the Empire, and that's really and it's affecting him negatively. Like obviously he like has great regret of the people that he had to kill when he was part of the Empire, and I think that he's going through some PTSD, and so it's shaking him up literally and figuratively. I
like what you said there.
What about you, Brian? Any thoughts?
I want to lean into the military aspect of this.
Yeah, because you were in the military.
I was in the military, and I in my time, I did see people like this and interact with people like this. So I think it's like, this is like the Platoon, that level of, hey, we're going to sit around the table and talk about, let's have a debriefing. Let's talk about the intel that we gathered. It was like, it's like there's a military advisor advising Filoni and whoever, so it's like, I really feel like soldiers would do what they're doing. So that's one part I really loved about this episode.
I did like seeing the team work together. You know, they were kind of like all had their roles. They were all sort of
despite their differences, right?
Yes.
It's like, hey, look, this guy betrayed us. Should we give him his weapon back? I mean, so you come back from a patrol in Vietnam and you're freaked out or whatever, and so it's like I was really felt that tension.
Yeah, no,
Michael, what'd you think?
Yeah, no, I personally loved this episode a lot. I thought it was a little bit deeper than just the snow worm episode. The snow worm was good. That was more of just like here's the MacGuffin to make the team have to work together. Here's the goal that they're having to accomplish while Echo and Omega are doing their thing in the fortress, trying to get the intel that they need. Everybody else is having to deal with this big snow worm. But I mean, the stuff going back to kind of the beginning of the episode where Hunter is still hesitant, even after all this time, he's still hesitant to allow Omega to come on missions. Like he was like, let's leave you behind here at Boca de Clone. That's not mine. That's from another podcast. I'm just
Boca de Clone.
But he's still fearful. Like he's still protective of her. But she, and I think it was Crosshair was like, yeah, you're highly capable, but you're still just a kid.
She goes, I'm older than you.
And then, yeah, I'm older than you. Then
little brother.
Little brother.
Joke. Yeah, that was cute.
That was a good little moment there. But I'm glad all five of them. I'm glad all five of them ended up going because I think that even Batcher came.
Batcher.
All six of them in this case came.
Yeah, Hunter. Batcher dug him out.
Yeah, that's right. In the ice.
Yeah. Look, they're using the
Batcher's
dog.
Part of the team. He's in.
He is part of the team.
He's not long for this world, though.
No, don't say that. No, they're not going to kill Batcher. They're not going to kill Batcher.
What if he's the only thing that survives this season?
There we go.
I don't know.
Oh man.
I still think Filoni is very afraid to kill any of the characters that he created.
I agree.
We lost Tech.
It's a Disney show.
Tech will show back up.
Well, no, I think Tech is actually deceased, but I don't think that
no one has ever really gone, Michael.
No one has ever. Yeah, he could be in the fortress. Who knows? I don't know. He could be on Tanis.
Ooh, yeah. So they dug him up and found him. And
now
he'll be at the facility.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He could be.
They've reordered his chip.
Well, they set it up because they said, "Oh, this facility is way bigger than we thought it was originally."
Ooh.
So he could have been in a completely different part of the facility where Omega and Crosshair never came in contact with him. So he could be alive. I wouldn't put it past Filoni, but at some point, some of these things have to mean something, and them. Going on this mission.
Somebody back.
Well, them going on this mission in the first place to try and rescue all the clones that got left behind. A lot of the motivation is let's do it for Tech. Let's do this for Tech. Let's keep this mission going. We don't want to just end this. I don't know. I hope he's not alive.
It was an awful, Michael. It was an awful risk for Crosshair to basically trick them to go to Barton 5. Like he didn't tell them that he had been there and like what had occurred there.
So he definitely wanted to go there for closure purposes, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he's trying to get to go back on this, but also he knows the facility is a working former Empire facility that they can access, the intel they need. So
right. So that slow reveal of especially him, like especially Hunter seeing him place the helmets of his fallen brothers, that was intense. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
That was good.
Well, and fallen brothers that he had basically
he may have killed or
had at least a hand in them getting killed.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean,
or he stood by complacent. Yeah.
And again, I mean, the Kiner score, the Kiner family, I guess, working on the scores together. I mean, a lot of it is just really, really good. They know exactly at what moments to really pull at the heartstring a little bit with the way that they do the score. But a lot of it's synthesized and whatnot, but I mean that kind of has worked for the Bad Batch. I've liked that aspect of the score, and I think the Kiners do a really good job. Another thing that Filoni definitely loves is tying an animal of some type to a character that he loves, just like he did with Ahsoka and the Convor. It looks like that Crosshair and this condor that's flying around is kind of it's his avatar, basically. That's a very Filoni thing. I think that's he has to have gotten that concept from somewhere. I haven't researched enough to see if that's something that's in anime or something, but that's a thing that he often does.
Maybe within like Greek mythology.
I think
like
Greek mythology. Artemis,
possibly.
Right?
Yeah, the bird. What about the owl in the Harryhausen?
Yeah. There's that owl.
There's always like,
and that was in Rebels, right? The bird was always.
Not only that. I mean, that was in Clone Wars, Rebels, and Ahsoka.
Okay.
I mean, that Convor has followed Ahsoka around. I've got a little
with Bridger, right? He kept seeing
from Galaxy's Edge, a little wood condor.
Where is it? Can you get it?
Yeah, I'll get it. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
Michael, don't leave us.
He got the book. You guys get your books out so he can get this thing out.
All right.
I've got my.
It was close. My Ahsoka shrine is right here to my. I'm not really good.
Oh, look at that! What is that called again?
It's the Convor. It's got a name. I can't remember the name, but that's Ahsoka's Convor. Cool. Yeah, I got that at Galaxy's Edge. The
Convor.
one time
Convor. The one that
Convor.
RE. So sort of like carnivore.
So, Michael, you've only been to Galaxy's Edge one time. Is that correct? Is that what you were going to say?
I believe that I have only been one time because I got this little guy, and then I got the Ahsoka stuffed animal because I have quite a large Ahsoka stuffed animal collection. And so
he shows the picture.
I've been twice. I was lucky enough to go twice, and they had changed it the second time around. I went during the pandemic, and the park was empty. It was amazing.
Oh, wow.
And then the second time around, it was also kind of low season.
The best moment to be in Galaxy's Edge is right after the sun has set, and they have lit everything up, and people are starting to like leave the park for the night. If you just sort of slowly leave the park. I got this shot like that nobody was in. Of like this evening picture with all the lights and galaxies. Oh, it's great. I love that place, man.
I want to see that. That's cool.
I've got the picture. I put it on somewhere. It's on Facebook, I think. I don't know. But
it's on the book face.
It's on the book face.
Hit me up.
I'm sure I put it out there somewhere. Okay, Andrew, I got to see what Andrew's intriguing me. I got to see what he put in our Discord.
I spent way too much time playing that bounty hunter game at Galaxy's Edge that you run around.
See, I didn't do any of that.
Man,
what game is it? Laser tag game? What?
No. It uses your magic band, and like you go up to these little places, and then you get like a bounty on like a specific like creature or person or whatever, and then you walk around until your watch starts going off, and then you've captured it. Or you can go on your phone and actually capture it, but you can also just stand there and capture it. It doesn't really matter.
I played all the games on my phone too. It uses Bluetooth. Like you're standing in line at the Millennium Falcon, and what's his name? The coaxium guy. Who you're trying to help find the coaxium?
Yeah. It's
Grief Karga.
Hondo.
Yeah. Oh, Hondo.
So Hondo. So anyway, you play this game on your phone, and it's like I was doing this on my phone, and like I was the only one doing it, and like I was like,
I don't think it hit as big as they wanted it to.
I was telling people like behind, I was like, they're like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Well, I'm playing this game. Aren't you playing the game?" I'm like, "We're gonna be here for 40 minutes standing in line." It was.
Well, the interesting thing is that you almost like create a character, and it saves all your information, and as you make trips, back to Galaxy's Edge, it'll sort of play along with you, like, oh, you're back or whatever. I mean, that type of thing.
You can still log in and see what you did and stuff. It's really fun.
I don't know how much they really advertise it, but I mean, it is there.
I need to go back. Anyway, so the worm, they chase the worm out of the range, and they re-enable. They get the data off the data pad.
Yes.
So now what?
Well, I mean, as Echo said towards the end of the episode, this doesn't necessarily give us the exact information that we need, but this coupled with everything else we have, we're one step closer to Tanis, basically.
Some would say this will begin to make things right. Oh, sorry.
This will be the spark that will start the fire
No.
that will light.
Not that. Anything.
Oh,
but
sorry, wrong one.
Sorry.
But didn't they fly away from Tantus? Like, wouldn't they have been able to say, "Hey, we were there, we escaped. Can I not just reverse the coordinates of where we've been?"
Let's ship crashed.
Why is Tantus all of a sudden like this mystery of location? I don't.
They need a knife to hold up.
They need the knife. They need the knife so they can see the coordinates. A lot of things don't make sense all the time, Earl, and you just have to go with it.
I need Rhett to back me up on this.
No, he's not.
No,
he's not here.
He will.
So he's on the chat tonight. So
is he banned from the chat?
Please don't notify him. No, I think he just forgot. So please don't notify him.
He's like, it's a stupid kid's cartoon.
Usually he's in the chat asking about Andrew's mother. So this is a good thing.
That's probably a good reason.
Did we address Andrew's posts about Venom and Ready Player 2?
I mean, let's finish the episode, then we can let's go.
You stopped the show to be like, I'm going to check that out.
I know I did check it out. I'm excited about both of the items. I'm excited about both the items he put in our Discord. It's pretty awesome. But
quit distracting our host.
So
Andrew.
the end of the episode to me was like one of the most poignant moments between Hunter and Crosshair. And gosh, they do the cinematic thing where they pull the focus. First it's focused on Crosshair, and then they pull that focus, and they focus on. Everything about the show is so cinematic and well thought out, like the shot composition. And I just, again, shout out to Lucasfilm animators for just the way that they have made what could be a throwaway kids show into something a bit more, just by taking it seriously, just by caring about all elements of it. The animation, the score,
it could be like Resistance.
The voice out. Yeah, exactly. They could crap something out like Resistance, but no, they're taking care in this. They've got a good voice acting team. D. Bradley Baker, freaking amazing, voicing all the different clones in different ways. I know we say that ad nauseum, but I mean, he deserves it.
And then who is the voice of what's her name?
Omega.
I don't know the voice actress's name.
Well, that's very important. She's a star.
She's not in the episode much, though. That's what my point is. Yeah. She really is not in this episode that much. This is more of a Crosshair.
It was
Crosshair Hunter.
Yeah, really. Crosshair Hunter.
It was all about getting them back together. And
yeah.
Well, the two kind of clashing leaders kind of having to have that moment.
Yeah.
Michelle
both realizing they were wrong.
She was on she's been on TikTok. Star Wars has been really pumping the algorithm
TikTok.
for Bad Batch on TikTok. So
to
see her speaking,
that's where the kids are. I was on TikTok.
That's right.
The kids and Brian.
She's not what I would expect.
That's where I find them. To see her actual physical human self and not being this little animated girl was really kind of jarring. But
to say the voice. She's not what I would have thought to be.
No, not at all.
She's good. She does a great job, though. So Crosshair really coming to terms with the things that he's done when he was at the Empire, and verbally admitting that out loud to Hunter was a kind of a big moment, and Hunter kind of consoling him through that, and just basically saying, hopefully the good things that we do now essentially can outweigh the bad that we've done in the past, or the mistakes that we've made in the past.
Didn't he say none of us understood what was happening at that time?
Yes.
Yeah.
So none of us really understood. Yeah, he said that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was chilling.
That was really
really
good.
You have to imagine, I mean, everyone around them Order 66, and it's like basically all their brothers just went crazy, and they didn't for the most part. So
but even leading up to that, right? They were the puppets of the Empire.
Well, I mean, they just wanted to be good soldiers. That's another thing that Crosshair said during this little soliloquy at the end, that he thought he was being a good soldier by joining the Empire. or he was just trying to be a good soldier by joining the Empire, and just the atrocities that he probably witnessed and maybe even participated in. I mean, I still don't think that he's necessarily in a great place emotionally. I mean, he's still got the shakes going on, but I think as the season progresses, I think he'll be in a better place, obviously.
Right. I think about like when a soldier is a soldier and then becomes a mercenary, right? Or like right. So there's a difference there, right? You're like you're doing something for good or for justice, and then you kind of go on your own and say, well, I'm going to be the arbiter of what's just and not, or I'm going to try to find somebody else to fight for. I'm going to join the Foreign Legion and whatever.
Yeah.
Well, he joined, the absolute evil of the universe.
Yeah.
So
well,
like you said, Mike. Yeah.
Not to let him off the hook, but I don't think he knew the extent of the evil of the Empire
right.
at the time that he joined. Not initially. I mean, he obviously came to realize that, but didn't necessarily.
Once they tried to kill him, as he says.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. That's
it's like, oh, we're taking you to the brig for reprogramming. I mean,
exactly.
That was messed up. Yeah. So this is way more deep than people give him credit for.
I think so too. The writing's really good. This season, especially, the writing's actually been really good. And I don't. And so far, I haven't felt like any of these episodes have really been filler because we've had some really good character moments within maybe whatever adventure that the characters have gotten themselves into, all to a means to an end to get back to Tanis and try and rescue everyone. I appreciate the choice of letting Hunter and Wrecker find Omega so early in the season, because I think that can only allow more character growth for the rest of the season or series in this case that we've got, and I think we're going to get a good 2-parter coming up.
I like how Wrecker was just like, if he's okay with Omega, he's okay with me. He just
exactly.
Right. He didn't have any trouble. Yeah,
he's just that kind of guy.
Crosshair's back with us. If Omega says it's good, I'm good.
The team back together.
He's just that kind of guy.
Yeah, back together.
They're doing a really good job of me not wanting any of these characters to die. Like, I like aspects of all these characters.
Is Michael going to make it through this season?
I don't know, man. If any of these characters die, it's going to be difficult. Like,
you see who's coming in the next episodes.
Tech was so cold.
Wait,
really.
What do you mean?
Well, we saw in previews.
Watch the trailers.
There's a lot of bounty hunters coming.
I didn't know there were trailers.
I didn't see a trailer.
Well, the trailer that became
there's always a trailer release for the next.
There's always a short trailer release.
Sure, it's not.
And I don't watch those. I don't watch.
I don't watch them either. But are we getting 2 episodes tomorrow?
Yeah, it's a 2-parter. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can watch before work.
Not keeping up to date on the release schedule apparently.
It's a weird release schedule. There's a 2-parter this coming week.
Andrew, don't spoil it for us.
What? I actually, she was in the original.
She was in the original trailer.
Yeah.
But
I know.
So 2 episodes tomorrow, and then I think first week of April there's 2 episodes. Surprisingly, the finale is only 1 episode.
Wait, do we get a break for a couple?
No. They're just. I'm just saying.
Oh, you're just saying 1, then 2. Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah. So there's 2, then 1, then 2. And then the rest of the season is just 1, and the finale is just 1 episode, but we don't know the length of it. It could be a longer.
This will have a decent overlap with X-Men then.
Yes, yeah. This will have a bit of an overlap with X-Men, which is fine. I mean, I have no idea what the tone of X-Men is going to be, so it'll be.
I have a feeling it'll be more kid. Well, this is also kind of. I have a feeling it may be similar, actually.
Maybe it might be a similar tone, so it could be some serious stuff involved. And I may go back before X-Men.
I started watching the first season.
Well, at least watch like the last couple episodes of the final in the 90s, just to maybe. But I bet they'll do a catch up. There's probably going to be some like previously on, and then like they'll go through all 3 seasons.
Gambit? Is Gambit?
Oh yeah. This is a repeat of the 90s. This is immediately following the events of the 90s series.
It's a direct continuation of the 90s cartoon.
But with 2020's politics.
Did they do Phoenix? Was this after Phoenix?
So this would be after the Phoenix. Yeah, there was the Phoenix saga has already happened.
Yeah, that was a huge. I mean, that's a big.
That was massive.
I'm gonna have to go
several episodes on the Phoenix saga.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's when I was riding my bicycle to the fast fair.
Did you have a baseball card in your tires?
Oh man, do you have some of those Byrne comics? Those Claremont Byrne comics?
Man,
I didn't know you were a comic guy. Really, the Claremont ones?
X-Men was my thing.
Oh, nice. Well, you'll like the X-Men 97 then. And this isn't the only season. Haven't they already announced like 2 more seasons, Garrison?
They announced at least a second season, and that they've been working on a 3rd season, scripts for the 3rd season. So,
I mean, obviously they're having a little bit of issue with the showrunner, but they can replace the showrunner. They can replace that guy.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they had something went down with the showrunner. They had to fire
some
him today.
real life thing.
Something real life happened.
Scrubbed his entire social media, and all of a sudden he got announced he was fired. And like Marvel doesn't just like fire people like that.
Well, Disney in general,
happened.
Yeah, so this is
they're getting ahead of a news cycle there.
Yeah, they're getting ahead of a news cycle, exactly. Well, cool. Well, the return was a great episode. Anybody have any final thoughts? And then we can talk about a couple things that Andrew threw in the Discord.
Oh, sure.
Any final thoughts on this episode?
I'm satisfied.
You're satisfied.
I don't know where we're going. I guess we're going to keep moving towards Tantus, right?
Yes. That's so the next 2 episodes, I mean, as like I said, IMDb has all the titles of these, and so it's not.
I have a feeling that's the final showdown. Ultimately, is there?
Yeah, I think that's
Cavalry
probably
has arrived is a huge hint.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think that's the final. Where we're going to end the season,
right.
and maybe into, because Lucasfilm has at least some requisitions out for animators, so I think there's more coming. I think there's another animated series coming after this.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah, I don't think that this is the last animated show. That these are successful enough, and they don't cost as much, obviously, as live action stuff, so they can just churn these out. So Infiltration and Extraction. The next 2 episodes.
The next one, Harbinger, the Harbinger, is like, who is that? Or what are they?
Oh, the one
announcing?
after. Well, that's not till March 27th.
Right. That one, it interests me.
The Harbinger usually means of doom.
Of death.
Of death and destruction. Yeah.
Right. So
look, I mean, they could be infiltration. They could be infiltrating Tannis already. I don't know. I mean, this 2-parter could be the Tannis thing already, because Infiltration and Extraction are the next 2 titles. So
maybe,
I don't know.
So Ventress is coming, as according to the crew here, Andrew.
Right, and the whole Ventress thing is going to be interesting to me because
they claim that they're not going to override the canon of the book. They explicitly came out and said that.
Yeah,
or she dies.
I don't know if this is going to be a flashback to her or what exactly is happening here, but the Dark Disciple book that came out is supposed to be canon, and she dies in it. So this will be interesting to see what happens.
They pull a Darth Maul, and they're just like, somehow she comes back with.
She's got metal legs.
Where does that fall in the timeline, though? The
it would have been before the events of the Bad Batch.
Okay.
Yeah, so she in this timeline, she's supposed to already be dead. I mean, because it was sort of like around.
That's my understanding. Yeah.
Maybe this is her sister.
Sister. Perhaps.
So we're 18 years past. We're 18 BBY is where we are now in this episode.
Yes.
So we're just 20 years past. Okay.
Yep. Exactly. So anyway.
Maybe she's a Strand cast actually in. Maybe she's a succession.
She's a clone.
The Strand cast. Maybe she's a clone.
A life model decoy.
A lot of interesting things. I don't know. Yes, Tahiti. Yes, that's a Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. reference.
Yeah.
I like that. But anyways, so next 2 weeks are going to be good. Do we want a couple good news items today outside of the Star Wars universe, at least for me, if they are true? Well, one of them's for sure true, is they changed the title of Venom 3 to Venom: The Last Dance.
Yeah, so we're getting a Michael Jordan Venom crossover.
Yeah, we're going to
that is not a good sign.
Venom crossover. Why is that not a good sign? That means it's the last Venom movie.
The Last Dance,
Michael
in
Jordan.
which the last dance in which Venom will never meet Spider-Man, actually, which is just crazy when you're making a Venom trilogy.
It does make you wonder if some executives at Sony are finally just giving up the ghost and just blowing it all up. And what they really should do is Go ahead.
Sam is touring conventions saying, if they come to me and let me do Spider-Man 4, I'd do it. Like,
who? Sam.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that. Yeah, Sam Raimi.
Oh,
so I wouldn't mind that. But they also could
I'm just saying, like, that would be way more financially viable and successful than all these garbage spinoffs.
And a Miles movie. That what I'm trying to get to is do a live action Miles movie.
Sure, but that is locked down until the animated trilogy finishes.
And that's fine. I mean, let's finish the animated trilogy and then do a live action Miles off of that. Like, have it be a direct sequel to the animated stuff and do a live and just keep that universe going with Miles. And they don't have to worry about Kraven the Hunter and Venom. And I mean, they could bring Venom back if they wanted to, but he doesn't need to have his own solo movie.
I have a feeling the Miles universe is just going to work better in animation than it will jumping straight into live action.
You're right. I mean, it very well could, but Sony's not only going to want to be in the animated business.
No,
they want to be in the live action business with this stuff too.
You know, Shamik Moore is going to want to be the star of it,
and he cannot be Miles.
No, he's too old now. No, I know. He's aged out. He's aged out. But
he could be a future Miles in a later on crossover.
Sure.
Thing. But
I just feel it confuses the brand, right? Like for the non movie person who's like, I want to see a Spider-Man movie. Venom is not a Spider-Man movie, right? It's like
exactly. Gen Pop doesn't realize it's not part of the MCU.
Which I honestly, and I'm being serious about this, I think the general audience would accept different Spider-Man movies, versus these stupid spin-offs that have nothing to do with Spider-Man.
Like they do with Batman.
I think they would have an easier job. They would more easily grasp that concept than the Venom's not in the MCU. Madam Web's not an MCU movie. What are you talking about?
How is that not MCU? Yeah.
I don't think they even know Madam Web is connected to Spider-Man. Really, I mean,
other than seeing the Marvel
might be glad
logo
about
before
that.
Well, that's very true. I mean, there's that little hint with the Peter Parker. Thing, but
there's definitely want people to know that it's part of the
watch
Spider-Man.
it and not connect. I mean, there's people who don't know Spider-Man as well as you think as we do that would have no connection,
right? But obviously, actually, nobody went and saw Madam Web anyway, so it doesn't.
Well, that's very true,
and I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, no, this is good, Andrew. I mean, I think that's a good strategy because why not? It doesn't cost them that much to re-release them. So, and if they. I don't know if they look better than they did. Maybe they did some work on them. Yeah, Columbia Pictures, which is a Sony thing. But
I was about to say, what is
the other big news was kind of big news. I mean, I know Rhett hates these books, but Ready Player 2 got kind of announced.
Yes, but Spielberg said he's only producing, not directing. So.
Sure, and that's fine. I mean, we don't need Spielberg to. I didn't even really need him to direct the first one. Just let some young.
Yeah, I feel like it kind of took away from some of the things that the book did in terms of he didn't want to celebrate himself, and so he took away like all of his stuff from it, basically.
I enjoyed the books immensely, and then I was on the airplane watching The Holdovers, and then the chair in front of me was watching Ready Player One, and I was like, it looks terrible. It just the animation to me.
I enjoyed it.
Really weird.
I thought it was.
I liked it at the time, I guess.
Yeah,
but
it's not like. I don't know. It's not
going back now. It doesn't hold up. I don't think.
Yeah. I am glad that they're going to do the second movie because why not? I mean, the guy wrote the book, so why not? Ernie Klein wrote a book, so why not do the movie also? I mean, it's fine. And some young gun director that's trying to make it, let Spielberg executive produce it, and it'll be fine. I mean,
it might be more timely now with the Apple Vision. Right?
Oh the poster almost works now.
Yeah. And then I saw somebody on TikTok like watching. They have like a thing where they can watch TV and like flip TikTok with like a ring on their hand, and I'm like, we're living in Wall-E.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. Wow. Have you guys seen anybody in the wild with one on?
No,
have you
never
seen anybody in the wild with one?
No, they're too expensive for me to see them in Brunswick, Georgia. I'll just say that.
Well, I don't know. Maybe if you went to Jacksonville or something, I don't know. Maybe they're down there.
It's $3,500. That's.
I thought there was 2 of them. I thought there was a little one that was cheaper than that. Is there's just one that? Oh, okay.
There's one that's only $3,200. So
yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, there's just $3,200.
I
don't know.
I'm in.
No, it's stripped of so many features. You may as well buy the $3,500.
I just don't know. So, I have not seen one. In Birmingham, I'm sure somebody has one, but I have not seen one. But back in the day,
I'd rather get an Oculus currently just for the price.
Right. Back in the day when Google Glasses came out, there was this dude that would in downtown Birmingham that would go everywhere with them. Like at every concert that I went to, this guy was there with his Google Glasses on.
I was a kid when that was being kind of like pushed. Yeah. I think it was in maybe early high school or late middle school. I thought that was the coolest and next big thing.
Yeah, everybody did.
I want Google Glasses.
Google Glasses.
And then it totally just boom.
Oh yeah, Casey Neistat. Yeah, he was a big proponent. I remember that. He was a big proponent of them when they came out.
My friend has some. My friend in Atlanta has a pair of Ray-Bans that are.
Oh yeah, that's a new thing too. Yeah.
Yeah, so he has those, and he'll be like, looking at some young lady.
Well, the thing that I like about the Ray-Bans though is I think a little light comes on, so you can tell when they are streaming. I think that I saw that on a tech channel that I follow that a little light pops on.
Andrew, check it out. It's
well, and look, the kid's only 18 or whatever.
You're making me feel old here.
At Garrison, we have that all the time, so don't.
Welcome to our world, Garrison.
My brother-in-law just got the new Oculus 2, and it's amazing because it has pass-through.
Well, I think that's the 3, isn't it?
So I get his, or is it the 3? I don't know.
But
he got the new one.
Through. Yeah.
And then so we can join up together. He's got his old ones too, and so we do this. We played some.
Did he give you the old ones?
No. He's He's going to use it to have two
dual
Ready Player 2. Ready Player 2.
Earl will be performing surgery with the goggles on.
That's the next thing. Earl's going to walk in. Some surgeon's going to have the Apple glasses on or whatever and be doing surgery.
I used to watch the silly surgical game when I was in high school. You have to control.
We can use the Da Vinci robot that way. Just go
the Da Vinci. Yeah, exactly.
That'll be funny if it's all virtual. Well, wait, nothing happened. There's no surgical scar. Oh no, it was all virtual. And then the guy dies of sepsis. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Right.
Well, right on. I think we have conquered.
Right on.
And we will definitely be back next week. But Garrison, please tell the people where they can find you on the interwebs.
You can find me on Twitter at GRyfun3, on Instagram as well. You can find me on Letterboxd at GRyfun, GRYFUN, where I've been logging movies, and I did give Bottoms a score and a review, a slight review. I mean, it was just kind of pointing out one specific thing.
One aspect
I'd already mentioned earlier, but yeah.
Right on. Espo, anywhere you want to be found on the interwebs besides the Discord?
And that nowhere of interest. I
is that the Marriott Grand?
Oh well, so this is okay. We forgot to do this segment.
Oh
this
yeah.
Where am I?
What kind of is that a?
Oh, I can't say because he literally told me.
Oh yeah, but do you know the hotel brand? The game is, can you guess the hotel brand, not where he is necessarily. That's pretty. Okay. That's pretty. I can't really.
Do you always stay in the same hotels?
Leave a comment.
I don't think. Yeah, leave a comment if you can figure out the hotel
Embassy
brand.
Suites.
That's okay. Yeah, exactly. Dr. Earl is also off the grid per se, but he can be found in our Discord server.
Discord.
If you are watching this show and you are interested, you can always email us at thedeucecast@gmail.com. I can send you a link that way to our Discord. I might ask you a few questions to make sure you're not a Russian bot or something like that. But other than that,
how many calls do you see in this picture?
Yeah, exactly. We've got a really fun episode of the Deucecast Movie Show podcast coming out tomorrow morning. We release the Deucey nominations. Yeah, they're available. See, I ain't buying them from Walmart.
What are we looking at?
I'm not buying them from Walmart. I need them on Amazon. I need them to show. Why aren't they on Amazon yet? I don't understand.
Know.
It's so weird.
Disney does not sell through Amazon usually directly, so usually it has to be like a person putting them up.
Are you serious?
They've had like a feud for like a decade now where they don't. They don't.
Where have you been, Mike?
Oh, that's right. Because I pre-ordered the other ones at Best Buy. I haven't checked Best Buy's website to see if they're on.
It's
Best
not up
Buy.
on Best Buy currently.
Oh wow!
I saw physical DVDs and Blu-rays at a Best Buy where I in my undisclosed city today.
I mean, there's still that's a slow process of them getting rid of all their. Yeah, I mean, it's not.
I mean, full price, like $50-something for a Blu-ray, and I was like,
of course,
they've gone up on some of that stuff too.
Yeah, it's kind of silly.
Yeah.
Well, we will be back next week for sure. As I was saying about the Deucecast episode, Jacob, I'm not even going to let you in, dude, because we're wrapping up. I'm sorry.
Let him join. Come on now.
No, we're wrapping up. We're trying to end.
Well, we got to get his hot take.
Oh, wait.
What?
He's doing my favorite thing for streaming.
Driving.
He's in a car.
What the heck?
It's my favorite. It's my favorite thing to do when you're.
You don't want me to join?
We're trying to end the episode. We're trying to end the episode.
I want to know what you thought of this episode.
This episode was very good. Omega's costume design is fantastic. She actually looks like a real character.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm back in.
That's one part we didn't talk about, so that's cool. Okay, I like it. I like it. All right.
Oh, good. You're back in. You like the hat and the
yeah.
I do too.
How warm is it in where you are?
How warm is it?
Yes, it looks cold. Looks like you're.
This is why this.
What?
I
thought it was snowing or
Hello.
something.
See, this is why I love.
Yeah, maybe we should end this.
We have You should end this, Garrison.
That's a delay. That's a real delay.
Do you have an infinity scarf on? What do you wear? Oh no, okay. It was so dark; it looked like an infinity scarf.
Whoa! Look how tall this dude is.
He's really tall. He's as tall as Crosshair. All right, we are going to end this, Jacob. Great episode of Good Day for a Movie podcast this past week. I approve of, and you're frozen, so bye.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we will see you next week for the two-parter, and maybe it'll be a little bit longer than normal, but otherwise, I hope everybody has a great night, and catch you next week. Later.
See